All right, so now that I got the main garden tilled and ready to plant, I'm working on my 2 raised beds for my pepper plants. So I put a bunch of mulch on top, all my leaves from last year. And what I'm doing now is I'm just turning all the earth, getting all the black loam and all the natural fertilizers on top with all the peat moss. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then once that's done, I'll rake her in place and I'll put my domes on. The main garden's all done. I got my wagon wheel out, strawberries, and then the main garden's done. And at the far end, I got my plow from the late 1800s. But anyways, yeah, both beds are done. They're ready. Now I'm going to close the hoop and leave them closed for about 7 weeks. That way it can heat up the ground above the 85 Fahrenheit. Now I'll just close the hoops and let it do its thing. And then come June, we'll plant the peppers. See you in a bit. Well, it's starting to look like a garden again. It's only, what is it, May 4th? Everything's ready. So I still have at least 6-7 weeks before I can plant any of my vegetables. My carrots, my beets, my Spanish onions, my turnip, that's all planted. Everything else has to wait. There you go. 2023 garden is ready. Well, good day, everybody. Glad you can join me again today. Today we're going to continue with the gardening series and work on my 2 raised hoop beds. Getting them ready for all my pepper plants, which are coming along really nice. So they're all going to go in them hoop beds. All my beans, peas are doing very well. Zucchini's doing very well. Straight 8, 1, waiting for the rest to germinate. Everything's doing good, even my beans. Eggs are doing good. Eggs. Why eggs? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But my heads of lettuce are doing very well. And I don't think I mentioned it in any of my videos, but these ones here that you see here are green-tailed onions that I planted. I did have some white onions growing, but that was it. So let's continue on with the video, and let's see what these eggs are for. Eggshells, a perfect source of calcium for your garden. All I do is I put them on the cookie sheets, set the oven to 200 degrees, leave them bake for 30 minutes or so, take them out, and then use my processor and grind them into a powder type. Then I'll go out and sprinkle it over top of the garden. It's free. and it works, and it helps the garden. Alright, so whenever you take all your eggshells out of the oven after they're nice and dry, I put them in for 35 minutes at 200. Now I use my grinder, my Ninja, and then I turn it into a somewhat granular state. My advice to you guys, if you're going to do this process for your garden and your flower beds or whatever you're going to do, use your grinder outside, because by the geez, that makes a lot of dust, and you wouldn't want to do that indoors. So anyways, yeah, it's great stuff. Give it a shot. I think you'll like it. Alright, so everything's been turned into fine bits and pieces. You can see the dust. See the dust? That's why you don't want to do that in the house. But what you're looking at there is that size of bowl. It's a large bowl. There's my hand. And that is 1 year of saving eggshells. And I am the only one in the family that eats eggs. So that's a lot of shells, a lot of calcium. And then you just sprinkle that through your garden. Alright, so I'm going to take care of that now. Alright, so I covered both beds with crushed eggshells. And as you can see, when I opened the dome, it was 40 Celsius in here. And that's what you need to warm up the earth. That's good. It's going to work out great. And so I was able to cover the 2 beds here. My raised strawberry bed. And then I did the entire garden. Just sprinkle it on. Doesn't take too much, just, wow, a whole year worth of eating eggs anyway. And then I also just sprinkled the whole entire garden here. Whatever I had. And it's going to start breaking down as it rains, as the weather carries on. But what I do this year will be good for in about 2 years. So everything that I did last year and tilled it in is starting to break down for this year, and on and on and on. It's just a cheap way to feed your garden calcium, and why not? You're just going to throw it out anyways. You may as well just put it in your garden. 2 raised beds are looking good and ready to be planted. So thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop in a comment. Do you use eggshells as calcium for your garden? Have you ever thought of it? It's a great idea. It's free. Okay guys, you take care. Bye now.